Hello everybody, and a very good afternoon to you wherever you're watching on from around the world. It's great to have your company here at the Twickenham Stoop for Harlequins against Saracens in round 15 of Premiership Women's Rugby. Well, this weekend it is Access Day here at the Twickenham Stoop, where rugby is being made more accessible than ever before. So before we get into the cut and thrust of the action today, it's worth bearing in mind what's going on here, because if you've ever struggled to take in a rugby match live due to accessibility issues, and that stopped you coming to matches in the past, then Harlequins are helping to solve many of those barriers. And today is about raising awareness of what they're doing. So before the action begins, let's take a look at what's going on here at the Twickenham Stoop today, but also in general at the club.
Harlequins Access Day is a stepping stone to welcoming disabled supporters, their family, friends and communities to coming to the Stoop to experience a live sporting event. It's all about letting disabled people know that they're welcome here, and that Harlequins is a club that wants to be as accessible as possible and that everyone is welcome. Today is unique because we have a vast range of accessible provisions for our supporters. Some you will see every match day across the season, which include our sensory packs, our bookable accessible parking. Some are specific to access days that we've held, such as the audio descriptive commentary and sign language interpretation, but something that's unique and new for today is our overlaid sign language interpretation on the big screens, which is really exciting. It's important for Harlequins to host an access day to be as inclusive as possible, to make everyone feel welcome, to represent our supporters from the disabled community, and also to drive forward accessibility at live sporting events. We really hope that one day there'll be no need to offer an access day and that all of our matches will be accessible for everyone.
The ethos of today to make sure there's nothing that stands in the way, or as little as possible, from people coming out to watch the rugby. So if that might have hampered you in the past, then get down to Quins and follow our action. Follow our social media channels as well, as about how you can do that. So the action begins very shortly here at the Twickenham Stoop. It is, of course, Saracens against Harlequins. They are visiting, having lost at home in November. It was a 1-point loss for Saracens. Quins went up there and they won the day. Ross Chisholm's team have continued that run of form. They're on a winning streak of 10 matches coming into this encounter. Not that many matches left of the season, just 3 matches for each team after this. So top 4 placings and points up for grabs, as well as good old London pride at stake. So let's have a look at the teams today, starting with the hosts Harlequins. Plenty of changes to this team, which went up to Sale and won last weekend. None more so than in the front row, where it is a full change. Sylvia Turani, the Italian international, comes in. Connie Powell, the England international. Lizzie Hanlon, also of international colours. It's a full 3 faces afresh in the front row. Abby Fleming and Caitlin Leaney, they continue in the second row. In the back row, Maddie Grant comes in for Miller Mills, who shifts to number 8. It's her first start for the club. Maya Mueller in at 7 for the Welsh international Alex Callender. Lucy Packer will captain at scrum half, partnering Kaylee Powell. Lisa Neumann, Beth Wilcock and Ellie Kildunn have 13 tries between them in the back 3. Interestingly, though, to see Claudia Pena move into 13, having been on the wing last weekend, to partner Sarah Parry in a new centre combination. Well, Saracens had a bye week last weekend, so it means they haven't been in action since that 100-point-16 try thumping of Leicester Tigers 2 weeks ago. A few changes for them as well. Front row included Bryony Fields and Akina Gondwe. They both come in. Kelsey Clifford, the England international, continues in the tight head role. Rosie Gallagher, Louise McMillan partner in the engine room. Georgia Evans, May Campbell and Poppy Cleo are in the back row. We'll get to the backs in a sec. Time for the Quins to take to the fields. Here at the Twickenham Stoop, the West Stand is near full. Full house last night for Harlequins as the men ran out victors over Northampton. It is a full West Stand here, aiming to go back-to-back for Quins this weekend, but also back-to-back against Saracens in PWR. These two teams, which have contested 3 finals in the modern era of Premiership women's rugby. Saracens winning 2 of those finals, Harlequins winning the most recent of them in 2021, becoming champions, of course, that year. So to round out the backs for Saracens, Ella Viervas at 9 is partnering Amelia McDougall at 10. Lottie Sharp is the co-captain on the left wing, Alicia Corrigan on the right wing, and Sarah McKenna at fullback, whilst the centres are relatively green as well and new to each other. Sophie Bridger partnering Emma Hardy for just the second time at senior level, having done so in their last match. So that's the starting 15s as we get ready for round 15. The match of the weekend, the one circled in calendars at the start of the season by Quins fans and Quins players, as well as Saracens. Kaylee Powell will get Harlequins moving this afternoon. PWR action back at the Stoop. Saracens take it into contact. And here's Georgia Evans, Welsh international, wearing the number 6 for her team today. First carry for her. Now Galligan, of course, a former Harlequin, into contact. And they go through the hands, moving to the left-hand side of the pitch. Emma Hardy's first touch of the ball, the outside centre. Vivas, nice crisp pass. Hands from Poppy Cleal were nice. Early possession, but a knock-on the floor from Vivas. And Quins will have the scrum. And time for us to say hello to our match officials as well. Mike Hudson in the middle today. Rebecca Rees and Simon Adams assisting. Inviting position this for Quins. Ellie Kildunn is standing just behind Kaylee Powell. Sarah Parry to the right, the inside centre. But they're going to go to the left. Packer nicely into the hands of Pena. Wrap-around pass and Kildunn gets her first touch of the ball. 3 tries last weekend, of course. 8 across the season. She regularly brings the magic to the PWR. And they're going to use her in every which way they can today, Harlequins. Into contact in the midfield now, setting up pretty much where the scrum was. No gain of metres of any note so far for Quins. Tidied up by Packer. Kildunn gets moving again. Penalty. Right at the heart of it was Georgia Evans. And Bryony Field as well, coming up with the ball. So shots fired from both sides with ball in hand. Quins using Kildunn early on. Saracens looking to go through more phase play. And now the possession with territory for Saracens. Field with the first line-out throw of the day. Goes to Galligan at the front. Galligan doesn't take it cleanly, but Saracens won't worry about that. They move into the next gear with Cleal. And Cleal, typically robust, and shrugs away a couple of defenders. And Saracens look to the next wave with Clifford. Nicely done across the line as well from Amelia McDougall. Quins ball again. Packer lifts this over to the left-hand side. Leaney, the Australian international, into contact. Has the vice-captaincy for the first time in her Harlequins career today. Caitlin Leaney, this has gone deep. McKenna will field this. Nicely taken by the full-back. Saunters up to halfway. McKenna not put down, so she takes a few more yards. Now Evans. So hard to put her down when she gets a lick of speed up. Almost through the gap with the offload. Campbell will ruck out. McMillan, the next on the scene. And that's going to come back for Harlequins. And this passage of play goes onwards. Packer to Kildunn. Outside her 22, it's going to bounce in and bounce away. It might not have been quite the cleanest strike Ellie Kildunn's ever given a rugby football, but the bounce and everything on her side at the moment. Quins with it, a gain of territory. Quins line out. And Saracens put the buffers as best they can on this. It's Galligan spinning her back into Quins' numbers. Saracens will take this away. Pena might have had a chance to go on the outside. But penalty coming for Saracens, and that gives us enough time to introduce my co-commentator for today from Harlequins, Sarah Bonner. Sarah, you've been doing the warm-up. Thanks very much for getting yourself up here for your next shift. I promise this won't be as strenuous. You can guarantee that, but it's great to have your company. Thank you for being here.
No problem, it's a pleasure.
Media duties on the pitch, of course, they were done as well. Everyone's got to know you a bit more about your injury, who's here in the stadium. But for those at home, how are we doing on that front?
Yeah, not too bad. The calf is coming along nicely. Hopefully get some minutes soon in the near future.
And we all look forward to that. But for now, you can cast your eye over line-out scrums, everything forward play, and then we'll expand on that afterwards. But Saracens with a good set-piece beginning to this match.
Yeah, I think Quins did a really good job there, splitting the seam and kind of dismantling that maul.
Mike Hudson's arm in the air. So penalty coming. And to touch we go. So Saracens knocking their way downfield. First real chance for Saracens with territory that really means something here. Field goes to the back. Evans doesn't take it cleanly, and Tirani gratefully takes that ball onwards. Lucette Prot spinning round to the back of the line out to clean up for her team, and that's a very, very good exit as well from Kaylee Powell. Goodness me.
Yeah, there was a good bit of relief there. Breathing space for Quins moving up the pitch.
So Field gets ready to go again. Quins have barely had a line out in this match so far. Saracens with all the opportunities from set piece. And Galligan does take it down. No arm raised from Mike Hudson. Play on. Fans are tempted to point out that might have been gone astray. Here's Viervas anyway, and they're looking to pull Quins astray right now in the back line for the first time. Movement that did at least undo Quins a little, but they read it well in the end. This is poked through nicely by McDougall, and that's a handy kick as well from the 10.
Yeah, that was lovely. Well weighted, put Saracens back in a good area.
Sarah, the line-out pressure that Saracens can affect, where would you rate their set piece in terms of the league?
That's a tricky question. Saracens are known to have a good set piece. They love that maul. They like kind of throwing their weight about, so there'll be no surprise that they're going to use that a lot today.
We can't sway you to call on where they stand though versus Quins. I mean, Quins have won this one and they're out of their 22. And this goes deep downfield. Cleal was coming through and, well, not late, but certainly well timed from the number 8 on Quins' 10. Saracens' fly half McDougall replies. Galligan getting through a lot of work in the loose as well as in the tight. The lot forward. Beth Wilcock in from the right wing to make that tackle. The power of Kelsey Clifford on display. So patience and planning and kick strategy at the moment. The story of the first near 10 minutes. Quins are having to knock it out to make sure that nothing more untoward happens. That Saracens are starting to squeeze Quins in a territorial perspective.
Yeah, they really are. They're like in that bottom right corner, just pinning us down there, looking to, I guess, get the meters, get that maul going that we spoke about earlier.
So this West Stand almost entirely full here for Saracens against Harlequins. Third time the two teams have met this season. And Sarah, with your injuries, have you managed to play in any of the previous two? The one up at the Stonex and the cup match here earlier on this season?
Yeah, I was involved in the Stonex fixture. That was very, very edge of your seats game. Final minutes, we won that one. Wasn't involved in the cup fixture. However, it's a derby game. It's always so spicy, this match.
as a Scot, derbies come thick and fast for a Scottish international as well. Of course, anytime you're playing in the English, I suppose. How do you feel how does it feel this particular rivalry? Is it something you've been able to really tap into as a Quins player?
Yeah, 100%. The training week, you don't need extra motivation for it. The hits are always that little bit harder. It's just an exciting game, and with that historic rivalry between us, yeah, you don't need that extra motivation because it's kind of there for the girls' free energy.
Ross Chisholm was quite tight-lipped before the match. He was saying that every game's important, and these Saracens is always an important game, but he wouldn't really be swayed on whether it was more important than another match. But has he been different in the training week behind the scenes? No.
Kind of what you see is what you get. Like we're just taking each game as it comes. And this season we've been performing really well, but ultimately we need to do the job on the day that week. So yeah, he's very keeping us grounded, keeps us focused on what's in hand that week.
Harlequins is 10 wins in a row. Have you been in a side that have had a consecutive winning streak like that before?
Me personally, no. It's pretty cool to be part of. But then, you've got the likes of Ellie, Connie, that are the Red Roses, and they're kind of used to that pressure and performing and expectation. So it's been really good to have them on board and learn from them.
Saracens with the ball. Evans again. And Quins concede the first 5 metres of the rolling maul. Saracens beginning this match in good form. Everything being put together well and playing to their strength too. Quins haven't yet shown what they can do in cutting loose. Vivas looping round again. McDougall plays in McKenna. McKenna straightens. Vivas arrives, then back inside. McDougall wants the forwards to work this out for themselves, and Clifford will offer herself, of course she will. Tackle from Maddie Grant in Quins colours. And Quins having to rearrange this defence quickly to marshal troops back across to the other side. Cutting back against the Quins colours and popping off to Clifford. And then to the left they go. Saracens with numbers here. Sharp will straighten and place and score surely for the first of the afternoon. In off the left wing, Lottie Sharp slices through Quins.
Yeah, that was really well worked by Saracens. They're playing between the 15s and trying to compress as Quins, and you could see the back spot, the space on the left hand side, and they all just flung round the flank, and the space was on.
McDougall, tough angle, straight enough, but not the distance from Amelia McDougall. So Saracens 5-0 up at the Stoop. Quins back underway. To the try scorer, Sharp. Keeps it in 2 hands. Taken off her feet. And dumped to the ground by the inside centre, Sarah Parry. One of these 5 Quins players who's got new contracts this week, Sarah Parry.
Yeah, she's an unbelievable young gun. Bags of energy. Absolute demon in contact. Pretty cool that she's staying on board.
Kildunn. Checks, then goes, and picks her way through nicely. Ellie Kildunn. Only a couple of flashes of those feet to get the fans at the Twickenham Stoops to start cheering for her. Packer This pass doesn't go to hands. And this neither. And then Corrigan is coming through on this. Alicia Corrigan engages in the foot race. Well back from Powell. Brilliant from the number 10. But Saracens have won the turnover. Latching on to Quins' fly half and pilfering the ball.
This is it, London Derby. It's moments like that you see the kind of spiciness on pitch. It's little skill errors that are currently letting us down at the minute, and Saracens are just capitalising on it.
Saracens lurking again with another line out. And so far they've looked good in that regard. Alex Osterbury's Saracens team with the likes of Moritz Botha as well on boards. Duncan Taylor, but Moritz Botha particularly responsible for this sector of the game, and things going very well for the North Londoners at the moment. Gallagher feeds it down to the back. May Campbell wearing 7 today. Gondway at the back too now. Saracens moving again with menace and looking for the line, and they're there. Saracens beginning to rip through the gears. And that rolling maul, a sight of devastation for so many teams for so many years in this league, is a sight for Quins right now, and a sorry sight. This is fine work though, Sarah.
Yeah, you can see they execute simple move done well, and they take the back edge. You see it starts to roll round. They get a little bit of momentum shift, and then they're just going and going over the line. Quins just need to pin that back edge, try and hold them off.
Any clue as to who had that under all the numbers, Sarah?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, one of those.
Money's on the hooker, but who knows?
McDougall slightly closer to the post than her last kick, and that's a very good effort from McDougall. Makes it count this time. 12 points to nothing. Saracens double their money.
Yeah, can't quite tell. I think Bryony maybe gets her hands on it. They get the shift. Does it get transferred back?
We'll have to work that one out a little bit later on for you. For now, Quins are cracking on with things, wanting to really bring themselves into the game. They've not really got a foothold so far. The control of Saracens has been the control of old. Kildun taken by Sharp, although she evades that tackle. A number of defenders beaten already right up there for the effervescent Ellie Kildun. Tarani, good line from the Italian. Powell with runners coming on at pace this time. Leaney, the Australian. Powell again. Kildun, no look pass behind her. Looking for Neumann, but Neumann had knocked it on.
Just need to settle here. We're almost forcing it a little bit too much, trying to get it to the edge. Maybe another face, punch them through, tighten them up, and then we can get round.
First scrum of the afternoon, as you very rightly point out, Sarah. Saracens with a smooth enough delivery of the ball. That's juggled in the midfield, but then passed on nicely. Hardy was the one who got things under control a bit. McDougall stabs this through. Neumann, it bounces over her and then away from Sharp.
Yeah, front row will be happy to get that first scrum out of the way. They know what they're kind of contending with, what each other's going to bring. But again, Quins in their own 22 need a good exit here. Get it away down the pitch.
Powell to throw in, one of Quins' first line-outs of the match. Taken in the middle, nicely done. And then away they go. Moving through the gears with Grant. Tackling from Gondway for Saracens. Leany again, more intent to Harlequins' collisions right now, and Leany at the forefront of it. Such slow ball though for Harlequins. It was the key to their victory last weekend. The fast ruck ball they managed to deliver in Sale. Had very, very little of that today so far. Sarah, is that something that the Harlequins train specifically for, to make rucks as fast as possible?
Yeah, we like playing with speed and pace and intent, and we've got Lucy Packer who absolutely thrives off quick ball, and when you got the likes of Ellie who spots gaps quick, that's kind of how we want to play.
Something does go Quins' way. Powell with the ball, Tirani takes it on. Packer, that is much better in terms of speed of ball for Packer to play off. There's Pena in the outside centre channel today. Lots of havoc that she'll wreck from there, you sense. First sign of it. Passes close to the line. Excellent from Quins. Powell. Looped round the back to Neumann, who delivers the ball onwards. Leany, one to draw and give. Wilcox there.
Yeah, this is more like it from Quins. We're playing with the ball. We've got that quick ruck speed going. I think if that had gone to the winger a little bit sooner, we might have been in there. But again, we've still got ball. We've retained it. We're building.
Maddie Grant with a carry in the midfield. Off the floor from Powell, who plays scrum half. Saracens nibbling round the side, giving the penalty away. Grant goes again. 10 metres away from Saracens' line. Ball goes forward, so we'll come all the way back. Right in front of the sticks. To touch we go. And those points turned down. Kaylee Powell knows there's more to be had, although, what's happened here?
Looks like it might have been kicked dead. Can't quite see from this angle.
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, from our angle up here, it looked like a decent enough kick, but...
Yeah, 5-metre drive. It's little moments like this in the game that are really going to matter.
So Quinn spurned that opportunity for points, and now they're back at their halfway line. Kildun resets. Sees space in behind, which is covered by McDougall. She's have 3 Quins in front of her. And one of them is Beth Wilcock, who goes right through the middle, gives the penalty away, trying to steal the ball. Seven league points between these two teams coming into this match. Quins in second, Saracens in fourth. Saracens really fighting for top 4 chances to stay alive here. Helped out by Bristol's loss earlier on today. 1 point loss to Ealing Trailfinders, by the way. So Saracens buoyed by that, but upended here. Louise McMillan shunted backwards. Viervas takes a few steps. McDougall can't risk the pass. Goes back to her scrum half, who's now having to make this up as she goes. Saracens out of shape, but with the ball in Corrigan's hands. Quins are offside. 20 minutes in, Sarah, your assessment of Quins' performance so far, and obviously looking at where they can improve on that.
Yeah, look, there's moments of brilliance we just saw before. We held onto the ball for phases, we had quick ruck, we were making progress down the pitch, but we're just letting our discipline sort of get the better of us. Saracens are able to then just kick maulers further down the pitch, kick again, another maul close to the try line. It's definitely well within our rooms to fix it up. Just need to settle in.
In terms of the pack, who'll be doing the majority of that fixing and sorting? Who'll be barking the orders?
Oh, my fellow draft Leanie, she'll be kind of getting the girls together, trying to fix things. She'll definitely be leading it up at maul time.
Cleo leading it up for Saracens. Excellent carry. Gallagher with speed to Clifford, who then finds a bit of space. Kelsey Clifford.
Saracens are doing really well at keeping the ball alive, pops off the floor, offloads. It's just so hard to defend against.
Sharp seeks the safety of the inside on the left wing. Tackle from Wilcock. There's May Campbell stumbling forward for a few more yards. Field. Clifford lines up again, supported by Evans. Big carry from the tight head prop. Gallagher will carry again, surely, right into the heart of her old team. Viervas to Field again. Penalty this time. But all the way back we go. So defence holding firm in the end, even if penalties had to be conceded in order to do it.
Yeah, looks like they're going to kick, maul it. Here we just need to get our heads in nice and low. Stump that maul, stop it from getting a little bit of a shift on.
Would you be looking for Quins to challenge or to stay down and drive against in this scenario, sir?
Oh, tricky. I think I'd probably play it safe, stay down and blitz it. However, with the new laws, competing, not straight, there is risk reward kind of there, but I think this one, just because of how well Saracens maul's been going, I'd stay down and try and blitz it.
Let's see if they do. Leanie in the middle, does go for a challenge, disrupts the ball in the air slightly,
Yeah,
and they get the ball back.
Worth it. Risk reward.
So how often do you have that scenario where someone, if you're on the pitch there, you're thinking, well, let's stay down, and Caitlin Leanie's there going, no, we should go up for it. How often does that happen, and who wins the argument in that case?
So ultimately, we'll have a pack lead. Leanie's calling the line out. She decides that we back the call. We wouldn't have that conversation on pitch. And yeah, you just back the call.
Understood. Quinn scrum. Packer wants this to hold as firm as it can. Miller Mills breaks off the back. Into the frame of Sarah Parry. Taken on by Powell. A few more metres made of space for Kaylee Powell to work this downfield. McKenna, big pass. Over to our inside centre, Bridger. Fields ducks back against the on-rushing Turani. Viervas and McDougall had to reach for it. This is going to work its way to Campbell in the end. Advantage to Quins. Wilcock gets the ball into her possession. There's space in the backfield. Taken though by Sophie Bridger. She's done well to get her off the floor and back in to that kind of position. Cleo, good line again. Little jink from Kelsey Clifford, and the number of meters made after contact from the Saracens tight head already in this match is most impressive. Penalty against Saracens. Quins, Jacklers winning that contest. We saw the fans in the stand. We really are packed corner to corner here, Sarah, aren't we? From one side of the West Stand to the other.
Yes, unreal to see. Love the Quins fans, and to be fair, there's a fair few Saracens fans in here. You can hear them cheer the team on.
Yeah, the standing room only in some parts of the stand. Good lineup from Quins, and that's Neumann, who has to stop dead in her tracks, then get going again.
Yeah, brilliant execution of the line out, winning her drill. Just kind of got read really well there by Saracens, defended quite well.
Such a powerful runner, Lisa Neumann. Really disciplined, test class player, isn't she?
Yeah, I feel like she's really come into her own. She's found her home at Quins, and she's been playing some unreal rugby this season.
The referee has final control of the time of the match. The clocks are for reference only inside the series.
Half an hour in to Saracens against Harlequins, and no points yet for the hosts. It's not been without things to shout about for Quins fans, but nothing to really roar behind just yet. Quins get an ever so slight nudge on this scrum. Yeah. Saracens will bring it away though. Wrap around from McDougall. McKenna. Taken well though. Quins defence swallowing her up.
Yeah, shout out to Claudia there. Very good read, and she hits with a punch.
Yeah, ball in hand, or whether she's burying her shoulder into the rib cage. Viavas's box kick is going to go just a little too far for Lottie Sharp. Kildun makes the best of it, and Powell into a heavy contact. There's Grant. First start for Harlequins today, Maddie Grant. Miller Mills. Bryony Field was off the line so fast. Lizzie Hanlon. Packer.
I'm pleased they pulled that one back. There was a few disgruntled fans, and myself included there.
And Lucy Packer, I think, amongst that number two. This hasn't found touch though. Sharp at speed. Scored the first try for Saracens this afternoon. Lottie Sharp. McDougall. That's bouncing dangerously close to the sideline for Quins. Kildun's done well to stop that going out. Puts a spiral kick back downfield. McKenna takes it. Kildun the first to try and chase this down. Dinked over the top. This could go anywhere. Taken by Connie Powell. Now she kicks it forward and gives chase.
Fair play, Connie. Got to do what you got to do. And she's made the contact. Fair play.
What a set from the hooker. Galligan. Viervas. Clifford again. First time in the match that Kelsey Clifford has been stopped in her tracks.
I quite like Quinn just to get eyes up blindside here if they play it.
Yeah, 4 on 2, in fact. Wilcox now having to turn and does well to knock this backwards in any way she can. Packer steps back. Macmillan in the end brought her to ground. Pena. Hoof this straight and long. Powell well positioned. Throws the big dummy as well. The fly half goes through. Evans in the end, desperately clawing at her. Turani. Pena, little juggle, and gets it away nicely. That's a lovely ball over the top from Parry to Neumann. 10 metres made on the left flank from Lisa Neumann. Hanlon. Back to the blind side goes Packer, switching it up nicely now. Quins asking a few more questions of Saracens in defence. Turani short past her fellow prop Hanlon. Pena will play first receiver now. Looks to go and slips it on. Ball goes to ground after that. Quins had unpicked the defence, and had that been a little more precise, they might have been away.
Yeah, this is more like it. We're starting to find our rhythm. We're changing the point of contact. Saracens are getting off the line really hard. Actually, those wee tips, inside balls, we're just starting to find those dog legs and make some game line.
Yeah, the Saracens' fabric being stretched, but each time Quinn's not quite able to cut through. Free kick. Cleel thinks about it and doesn't go in the end. McDougall. Kildun watched it well, then picks off the first defender. That was Corrigan, finds Neumann. Hanlon. Well set backline this for Harlequins. Grant just about over the gain line, then she's returned behind it. Pena, lovely pass. Wilcox has some space to work with. Keeps her feet well. Packer, Turani drives into the heart of this well-set Saracens defence. Packer thinks about going herself, slips it on the line, nicely done. Parry. And Saracens again putting the brakes on Harlequins' momentum on the floor. Miller Mills. Turani, that's a very, very well cut line, but Cleel rips it off her. Now Saracens might be able to counter-attack here. Instead, McDougall wants to play this downfield. 3 Harlequins in the backfield waiting for that. Neumann. Quins breaking down the left and causing Saracens all manner of problems. Let Saris pinch it back. Kina Gondwe. And Viervas, and the pace just drops off so much. Saracens want this to be a chase battle. Neumann with other ideas though. Hanlon. Grant. Trying to drive into the chest of McMillan. Powell, right round the back, 4 kill done. So many options here for the fullback. Over to Wilcock, who takes it well. Keeps her feet nicely again, slips it to Pena. To find Ellie, kill, done.
Unbelievable. Beth's work rate just to get those few more metres, the leg drive into contact, the hands, the crossfield, that whole thing was beautiful.
Kildun, the creator and finisher, and Wilcock combining again. This back three continues to fire.
Yeah, just look at this. You see, I think it's Abby there running that hard short line. Ellie spots the space on the wing. Beth reads it so well, and just here, her fight to stay on her feet, get more metres, offload the ball to Claudia, and then the vision there on her way down just to pop it to Ellie on the outside. Unbelievable finish.
So Quinn's on the board against Saracens, and a fine try in order to do it. Can it get any better? Well, Powell not with the direction, but Quinn's importantly with the try.
Yeah, much needed try before half time. I think that just settles them. Got points on the board now. We come up new, second half, wipe the slate clean and we go again.
That rounds things off for the first 40. Quinn's eventually coming to their own party. 12 points to 5 to Saracens though at half time. So let's see the highlights from the start, and Sarah, talk us through these when we start seeing the tries rolling. First try for Saracens, good movement, and then their backs picking Harlequins off.
Yeah, look, you can see Saracens playing between the 15s, and then eventually they spot the left side's free. They flood down the channel. They got 2v1, cut back in. Nicely placed try.
What a miss pass this is from McDougall as well.
Yeah, she's really impressed me. Good on the boot, the miss passes the vision, playing really well this game.
Yeah, the control with the ball off her foot as well has been really, really difficult for Quinn to get used to. This all your territory, Sarah, of course.
Yeah, so nice simple line out. They have that patience, and you can just see now they start to take that back edge, momentum shifts, they get a rumble on, and it's so hard to stop from that close to your try line. Again, still unsure who's dotted that down. Here could be the angle. I can't quite make out if Bryony Fields just got it transferred back to her there. And then this beauty from Quins. Again, the kind of hold of Kay on that pass. She then pulls it back. EK spots the space. And then Beth, for me, that her work rate to stay in the fight really makes that try.
So before the match, we didn't have time to bring you one of the conversations that we were able to have before kickoff with Ross Chisholm. So although this is 40 minutes of slightly old news, it'll stand us in some stead for the second half. Here's Ross Chisholm, Harlequins head coach, pre-kickoff.
Ross, is this the biggest match of the season so far?
Every game is the biggest game, and this is like no other. I suppose there's a little bit more edge on it because it's Saracens, like local derby, but we realise the importance of every game, and we make sure we prepare, the same way each week.
As a player, you've played in plenty of these yourself. What does it mean to get a win over Saracens? What is different about that type of fixture, and how does it feel to bring it back, if you do?
Yeah, I mean it's so important. Like each game, as I said, is crucial and really important to make sure we stay really focused. Playing against Saracens, there's always that little bit more edge to it with the local derby. I remember the days when I was playing, there was definitely that edge, that fixture. But it's about trying to ride that wave and take that emotion into the game and things like that. But making sure we stay nice and clinical with it as well.
Well, you're on this fantastic run at the moment. The key trait above all else that has delivered that performance week in, week out for you, could you put a name on it?
Yeah, I think, look, we're just really clear on how we want to try and play the game and around that sort of style and encapsulate what Quins is about. And we use the term like this: brave, physical, entertaining, making sure that we're just delivering that week in, week out. And I think you can focus so much on the outcome and the result and the win and things like that, but actually it's down to the process that helps you to get there. And I think if you're really clear in that journey, then it really helps to sort of live in the moment. And I know that's quite cliche, but it's almost like your next action is more important than the one that's happened, and you're just able to repeat the process week in, week out, whether it's line out, scrum, execution of a backs move. You're just focused in that moment.
The moments that Saracens are going to bring today, what are you expecting from them particularly, and that you'll have to shut down?
Saracens are a physical team. Their game is based on physicality. They've got some great operators in the forward pack, and that back line is physical as well. So we know like the collision is going to be a really important area, so the tackle, the breakdown, and particularly around the set piece. So, you know, it's about going on the front foot with that and making sure that we're imposing our game on them and not just sort of allowing them to run onto us. That's probably what we saw when we played them here in the Prem Cup, and what we actually bettered them when we played at their place. So again, it's more of the same.
There's X Factor across the Quins team. Ellie Kildun's taking a lot of the headlines, of course, rightly so. Other names though on the team sheet who you look to for a little bit of magic at times, who would they be?
I mean, there's so many. There's always too many to name. They're just in different ways. Like, I'm excited to see that tight five go. And I know it's not the Stardust, but I think they've been brilliant scrum time and set piece time. And I think that's crucial to us. Excited to see Maddie Grant get her first start today. And I think you just look at the 9 and 10 combination of Lucy Packer and Kaylee Powell. They've just been phenomenal this season in the way they control the game. Penner out wide. As I said, like, look, it's about getting those players the ball and making sure we respect the ball, and as I said, like, making sure we put our game on the pitch.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Thanks a lot for your time.
Brilliant, thanks very much.
Harlequins Access Day is a stepping stone to welcoming disabled supporters, their family, friends and communities to coming to the Stoop to experience a live sporting event. It's all about letting disabled people know that they're welcome here, and that Harlequins is a club that wants to be as accessible as possible and that everyone is welcome. Today is unique because we have a vast range of accessible provisions for our supporters. Some you will see every match day across the season, which include our sensory packs, our bookable accessible parking. Some are specific to access days that we've held, such as the audio descriptive commentary and sign language interpretation, but something that's unique and new for today is our overlaid sign language interpretation on the big screens, which is really exciting. It's important for Harlequins to host an Access Day to be as inclusive as possible, to make everyone feel welcome, to represent our supporters from the disabled community, and also to drive forward accessibility at live sporting events. We really hope that one day there'll be no need to offer an Access Day and that all of our matches will be accessible for everyone.
Welcome back to the Twickenham Stoop, where the visitors Saracens lead Harlequins by 12 points to 5, 2 tries to 1 in the first half. The second 40 coming up after a few short minutes.
seeing was very near scoring in the corner just before half-time as well. And a very happy 15th birthday to Lauren Sexton. Lots of love from your mum and Lisa.
Well, welcome back, everybody. The teams are knocking their cleats against the changing room floor, getting ready to come back out onto the pitch. Harlequins trailing Saracens by 7 points. Second 40 minutes to come in Premiership Women's Rugby. And Sarah Bonner, what will Ross Chisholm have been pointing out to his Harlequins team to get right in this second half?
I think a lot of it will be is within our control. Discipline, one thing, slowing their breakdown is another thing. I think that things that we can take from it, we've got them at scrum time, we've got them at line-out time, our set piece is firing. It's just slowing down the controllables, keeping our discipline in check, slowing down the breakdown. Saracens, you can see when they get those offloads away, they start to undo us.
Saracens' game line dominance is the best in the league at the minute. And is there something more that the Quins need to be doing? Is there just more of a collision they need to be creating on that game line, or is it being contained at the moment well enough, as well as can be?
Yeah, I think that we're containing it well at the minute. There's always room for improvement. Whether we just need to up that chat, come off the line together and hunt in doubles a bit more, that will certainly help. If we get in doubles too, we stop the offload, we slow the breakdown down, it gives us time to reset and get off the line again.
From an individual perspective for Quins, who particularly caught your eye in at some points a difficult first half?
For me so far, Beth Wilcock on the wing.
Yeah.
Just her work rate, her intent to stay in the contact and drive through. I really think that moment before the half-time to get that try, a lot of it was down to that work rate. She kept those two defenders on feet, so they couldn't fold round. It created that space for Ellie. So for me, so far, she's been playing really well. The pack, they're putting in a lot of work, going through a lot of contact. We just need to keep going and believe that we can pull it back.
Well, let's see if Quins do go through the gears in this second half. They are trying to do the double on Saracens this season. In PWR, they beat them at the StoneX Stadium in November by a point. Holding on towards the end, but holding on was enough. And now they're going to have to come from behind.
I think the benches will have a really important part to play in the second half.
Yeah, both sides boasting plenty of talent in that regards. But here are the starting 15 for Saracens that are unchanged as we head into the second 40. Lucy Packer leads out her team. Caitlin Leaney, the vice-captain today for the first time, follows her captain Packer. And Harriet Miller-Mills brings up the full 15 complement for Harlequins. So Harlequins looking to not just get this win over Saracens, but to confirm their position in the top two. 7 points ahead of Saracens at the start of play. 3 behind Gloucester Hartpury at the top of the table. Saracens right now level on points with Exeter, who are playing tomorrow, and they are 2 points ahead of the Bristol Bears. They will stay 2 points ahead of the Bears, whatever happens in this match, after the Bears lost to Trailfinders earlier today by a single point. Big upset in Ealing. But here in southwest London, let's see how these next 40 minutes pan out. Quins can't afford to start as slowly as they did in the first half. This is kicked straight down Sarah McKenna. And her tracking back over the halfway line and seeking out contact, holding on to the ball. Gondwe with the next carry. Viervas. Amelia McDougall. I think that's virtually the first mistake of the match from Saracens is number 10. She's been so controlled in the first 40 minutes.
You can see there Sylvia leading that line. You've got literally that 10's looking up. She sees Jersey quarters in front of her. 'Cause Sylvia there has led that line speed really well. That's what we need to see from the girls. Just puts that decision making a lot harder.
Front row of Turani, Powell and Hanlon. A complete change to the team which started in the front row last weekend against Sale. Delgado, Spurrier and Phillips. They're all on the bench waiting for their turn. But Sarah, really the success of the scrum, it's all about the second row, isn't it? Let's be honest.
100%. I'm pleased you said that. Honestly, it all comes from that engine room, I'm telling you. Unsung heroes.
It's because you get your time in the air with the line out. I think that's why it's overlooked in the scrum. Quins with the scrum going backwards. Saracens turning this one to sawdust.
Yeah, I'd quite like to see that one back on replay. Looks like Clifford might have just got the edge on that one and been able to split the seam, but I'd need to see it again.
The upshot for Saracens is a line out in the 22. Saracens being held up here by Quins. Now they get moving again. Being driven towards the touchline.
Yeah, this is the fight that we'd like to see. Unbelievable shift from the girls there, pulling that one into touch.
Yeah, Saracens going nowhere off the rolling ball.
Oh yeah, going back to that scrum, yeah, you can just see they get that shift on. As soon as your hips turn and you're not square, it is really difficult to hold that back.
Another Saracens line out, however, as the skies beginning to darken at the Twickenham Stoop. Georgia Evans rises highest again. And they're on the 50-metre mark this time. This is looking much more promising for Saracens. Quins needing to shut this down, but both sides of the ball. So staying steady and square, and that stops Saracens on the 22. Back inside, lovely line from Sharp. She's going to score again. A beauty from Saracens. Lottie Sharp cutting the kind of line that she's done her whole career.
Yeah, that was kind of straight out of the training pitch, that one. They clearly worked on that one. Attack the seam, really good line there. Yeah, they've just got the seam there, splitting the forwards and backs. They've seen that maybe we can capitalise on a lazy forward there. Really, really well worked.
Knocked over from McDougall. She goes 2 from 3. Saracens move things out to 19 points to 5, and all of a sudden, Ellie Kildunn's try, which really lifted spirits here at the Twickenham Stoop, feels a while ago. 14 points the difference after Sharp's second score of the afternoon. So Kaylee Powell moves this down the field onto the head of May Campbell. Gondwe ensuring that Campbell gets all the support she needs. Evans. McDougall. Nice carry up from Emma Hardy. It's her second inside centre. Sophie Bridger. Pena on the defence, looking to get energy off the line. McDougall. Clifford. Taking this a little wider than she did in the first half. She was very destructive from all corners, was Kelsey Clifford. Corrigan. McDougall. Gondway. Looks for support. Picked up and straightened by Macmillan. Kelly Powell missed out there. Or Amelia McDougall, rather. So this kick downfield bounces around. Kildun can do nothing. And Saracens advance again.
Yeah, Saracens so far, they're doing a good job of seeing the space in the backfield and pinning us back into our own 22.
Quinn split the line out and then meet it in the middle for Miller Mills. Powell doesn't get this ball back. It won't land either with Maddie Grant. Saracens may profit here, pouring into the breakdown. Virvas races to catch up. Hardy. Back to the right, they swing it with Cleel. Campbell now. Still going, Cleel has got it back. Off the floor she goes. Saracens taking metres out of Harlequins at every opportunity here. But at that point, Harlequins rescue the day. And another try at this point in the game, and things really would feel like an uphill battle for Quins. Imperative that they shut out Saracens.
Yeah, great turnover there by Maya, good pressure. We need more of that. Getting the ball back, just setting up a platform, get back in control into this second half.
Quinn still camped in their 22. To the back now, another spoilt line out. More possession with Campbell for Saracens. Now along to Corrigan. Corrigan has a one-on-one here with Kildun. Goes back inside. Cleel. Hit upright. Miller Mills was going low. Evans buries her head into Quinn's jerseys. Virvas and Campbell again. Not back though this time, May Campbell. Big powerful run from Rosie Galligan. She's got a real turn of pace for a second row. Saracens folding over to the right now. Campbell again. Takes it on herself. Rosie Galligan against Quins. She's hit low and high, and that's what you have to do to stop her right now. She's got the bit between her teeth, so too is Georgia Evans, as they look for this fourth try, Saracens. And they are, at the moment, really exercising some demons from the StoneX Stadium back in November. Can they work this along the line? Corrigan, good hands. McKenna is up for it. Backing herself on the inside this time, Virvas. Still Quins, holds, and the next wave has to pour forward. Campbell, bodies surround her. Quins looking to hold this up. Cleel from close range. Saracens still being shut out. Stoic defence this from Quins. It has to hold though to keep their hopes in this game alive. Interception, chance. Yellow card brandished quickly by Mike Hudson. And the yellow card. Has been awarded against Quins. And to Beth Wilcock, the right winger.
The girls put in an absolute shift there. They need to take confidence from that. Hunting in doubles, stopping a big pack over the line. They really need to take confidence from that. Really, really good shift.
Yeah, Saracens were coming, weren't they? Coming on very strong. And they will do that again from this line out. Quins now from the maul must defend this. Good body positions from Quins. But Saracens reset and edge closer again. The collective of the pack here looking for another. Mike Hudson on the floor looking for when this ball goes down, if it does. Held up. Another defensive shift from Harlequins, Sarah, of a different kind.
Yeah,
how hard is it to do that?
Hats off, coming off the back of a defensive shift on your own line to then defend them all. These girls are going to be fatigued, but that was unbelievable. You could see they're just trying to drive them to touchline. They weren't able to get a rumble on, and then holding it up over the line. Really, really good. This could be a moment where we start to see momentum shift. I'd love it to happen, but again, we just need to get ourselves out of the woods.
Beth Wilcock off for another 9 minutes for Quins. So this is a real stress test of Harlequins, given by their closest neighbours here. Here comes Sophie Bridger. Viervas. Clifford. Viervas. McDougall looks for the inside ball, then goes herself. Makes a few yards, Amelia McDougall. Penalty again, though, for Harlequins.
I actually missed who was on that turnover. But some much needed relief.
Yeah, it's bringing out Quins' finest defensive qualities this last 5 minutes or so. But in the second half, 12 minutes into it, I don't think Harlequins have had any possession in Saracens' half yet.
No, we're very much on the back foot, defending a lot. We need to get some attacking under our belt, just holding ball, because defence takes a lot out of your body. Coming towards these later stages of the game, that's where you feel that the fatigue. We're now a player down. We just need to start playing really smart now.
Always wondered this. Could you put is there a definite answer? What takes more out of you, defending or attacking, when you really have to bust every single lung in your body to get to the next breakdown, to make the next play?
When the scoreboard is as it is and you're defending as much as we are, I would say defending. When you're attacking, you're on front football, it is a lot easier, whether that's physically or just mentally. Your body feels a bit fresher and you know you're getting go forward, so mentally it's just that little bit easier.
I suppose if you put in a shift like Quins have, and then they have to put a 30-phase attack together, then the attack's going to feel hard.
Yeah, exactly that. It'll be interesting to see if Saracens look to utilise Quins having a winger down, where they try and ship it to the edge quicker, or whether they just keep to their game plan. It'll be interesting to see.
Quins ball, Packer. Lovely step and go from Kaylee Powell, the fly half. Under pressure, and she relieves some of that there. Miller Mills, the number 8, takes it on. Good pressure from Saracens' defence this time. Pena, the type of person who can light up any pitch, no matter the numbers against her. And Kildun in support. Pena with a trademark break. Packer sees space in behind, but her teammates aren't quite on the same wavelength. Coming after this, though, is Grant, and coming on fast is Grant. But Sarah McKenna I think she knew what she was doing.
Sorry, I gasped there. I thought maybe we could have just scored that, but unbelievable vision. That is what Claudia's great for. Just those moments of brilliance. She links up so nicely with Ali Kildan, and then Lucy just to put it on the foot, make them turn, make them chase. This is the area of the pitch we want to be playing in.
So the drop kick went out on the full. So Mike Hudson asking Quins what they want. And they'll come all the way back. Line out to Quins. Great opportunity now. Connie Powell. Good line-out skills from Harlequins. Powell now gets in on the ball. She's got it. Connie Powell looking for the line here for Harlequins to bring themselves back into the conversation. Off the floor. Close quarter work from Fleming. It's now up to the backs. Pena stutters. Saracen seize upon her.
I think it was McKenna there that flew off the line. She shut that pass down. Claudia then having to bite back in and carry herself.
Still with Quins though, still so close, Quins. Packer moves this on to Powell. Slow for Quins. Penalty coming. They are doing all this without Beth Wilcock, remember. So slightly held back by what's possible for them with the right winger off the pitch when playing that way. So here we go, tap and go. Forwards with Packer. Leany wrenching her teammate towards the try line. Tirani wanted that ball quickly. Saracens have pinched it, and now they're going. And Viervas dinks this ahead. Kildan having to track back quickly. It is going to be Quins' ball. Chance not gone entirely, but from that tap and go, there was a lack of control.
Yeah, looks like potential miscommunication there. These are the moments where we really need to capitalise on. We need to come away with points in these areas. Fortunately, we've still got the line out. We've got another kind of go at it. But hopefully iron out some of those communication issues that we just saw.
Connie Powell with the ball in her hands right now. She just went as close to the try line as you can possibly go without scoring. And now they reset. And they reset well with Grant taking on all comers. Flicking it back. Here's Kaylee Powell. Jumps over the stricken Lottie Sharp. Here's Leany. Leany powering onwards. Saracens get back to a knock-on the floor. So Saracens will have this from the scrum, whatever. Evans wants it though now. She's made a good 10 yards, the blind side, having a storming game. The Welshwoman wearing 6 for Saracens. Gallagher. McDougall. This is delicately played. Corrigan picks it up, cuts back in, big fend on Kildan, and still going, Alicia Corrigan. Support from Saracens is there. Viervas away to the left. There are numbers here. Into the hands of Gondwe. Then along the line to Cleal. Nice cut back from Sharp, and she's away again. One player to beat off the floor. The support is there. What a counter this is from Saracens. Meters away now. The next wave is there. And the next wave is over. Saracens running this from 5 meters away from their line and putting things together perfectly.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. That was a full team try. pretty much 1 to 15 got involved there. There was kicks, there was an unreal break, fend from Corrigan, making absolute meters down the pitch. Here they retain ball and they can see that Quins are still tracking back to get onside. Again, they're shifting it, their forwards getting in on the action. Poppy executing a 2-on-1 nicely and then links back up. Lottie Clapp too, she's been really, really good today so far. And then just a line there to finish it off and dot it over.
Sophie Bridger with the final touch on the ball to score it, and Saracens convert it for another 7. It has been a near perfect performance from Saracens for an hour now. Quins are going to go back up to 14 with Beth Wilcox' yellow card about to finish. But 21 points down now. It's a long way back. It's certainly within the grasp of Harlequins.
Yeah, it's important that we do not give up belief. We keep going, we keep just doing our game plan. Right now, momentum is very much in Saracens' hands, though. There we go, little moments like that, that's what we need to capitalise on.
A chance for Quins here. I mean, it was a 14-point swing, really, because Quins so close moments ago to try and score their own try, and then back under the shadow of their sticks. So this next one has to count, and then going on from there to add 2 more. It's not beyond Quins, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, we've got fresh legs on, Tyler's on, Bimba's on. Good aggressive ball carries, that's what we need to see. Ball in hand and just heads down, get some game line.
So front row being switched in and out here. Karis Phillips with the headgear on is getting ready. But this scrum at least will play without her. Packer. Good scrum from Quins. Powell. Into contact goes Parry. And does really well. The inside centre. Knocking over Saracens players.
She plays with such fearless attitude and I love it.
So Packer to Fleming. And Quins now making plenty of meters in contact. Saracens going back at a rate of knots. Good line now from Powell, 5 meters away. Quins. Packer looks left but needs to go right with Powell, who's picking her way through again nicely off the floor. It's in the air for Tyler Shirley.
I think that might have been held up. I'm not sure what we're going back for here.
We are going a long way back for offside.
I think that was Poppy. Just dicing with the laws there, seeing what she can kind of get away with.
So Beth Wilcock back on. Here is Shirley, who got this try just off the bench, of course, and held up. Line out to Quins, though. Powell. Leaney doesn't take it, though. Saracens are going to spread this down the line from deep, and they might fancy another go at Quins from this kind of distance. But they've knocked it on. Chance not gone for Quins. Parry was the one that saw that ball. And running onto this hard goes Fleming. Quins have to score now. Tarani. So close. Away to the left. Powell, Kildun. Can she get it done? Neumann. It has to be. Saracens surrounding the Welshwoman. Then the next wave. And Fleming has got there. Quins keep this alive.
Really good to see we're still in the fight. We're just getting that game line. We're starting to stretch them. The hands from Ellie there at the end to throw that miss pass. Really, really good. Actually, I don't even know if it was a miss pass, just good hands. It was a long pass. And then Lee staying in the fight again, knowing that she's short and not wanting to risk getting held up, recycling the ball. Abby there on quick with that line over.
Kaylee Powell needing to take every point going, but that one will slip wide. 26-10 to Saracens with 15 minutes to play. And Sarah, what a massive fend this is as well from Neumann here on Corrigan.
Yeah, the physicality really good. It's so exciting to see Lisa on ball. She makes meters every time and just manages to stay on her feet.
So Saracens get things going again. And Quins needing to get themselves from this position right down the field as quickly as possible. No drop in intensity permissible from here, but Saracens again having their way at contact time. Low carry from Gondwe. On the field now is Blacklock, and that's chipped over, and that's bouncing just before the line.
Yeah, that was a lovely way to kick. They could see the space was there. Again, it's just putting us in areas of the pitch we don't want to be in.
They've been playing this way. It's hard. It's not a tactic to see the clock out, is it? Because this has been the strategy since minute one, to play territory and play through phases, but then at some point within that phase play, knock it into touch and move on.
Yeah, it's conserving as well. Conserve to conquer, and they're doing it really well. Playing in the right areas and keeping ball when it matters.
Nicking ball as well when it matters for Quins. And there was Campbell, and then there's Cleel. And the big names to the fore today for Saracens. Clifford, another who's been irrepressible. Viervas. Saracens sensing another here. Next run around the back from Casolo. Fresh legs for Saracens, bringing impetus. Pick and go from the side of the ruck. Viervas is going to let the forwards do it again. Quins have numbers there, but do they have enough numbers? On the floor is the referee Mike Hudson, and he's seen the ball. And Saracens add more points to the pile. And that resolutely puts the contest to bed. Let's see how it happened.
Yeah, well, work forwards, try, pick and go, low body height, seeing that gap there in that guard D, and they've just slotted it down.
So Kina Gondwe with the try. Reward for her hard work this afternoon. Plenty of Saracens forwards in contention for that mantle as the hardest worker on the pitch today. Beth Blacklock knocks this over.
Yeah, Saracens forward have got through a lot of work. Poppy been carrying well, Kelsey Clifford stand out, Rosie as well, making some evasive carries, gain line down the wing.
Quins kick off. This match really gone from their grasp now at 33-10 with 10 to play. Saracens from the very off in this match have just been a notch or two above, but specifically in detail, Sarah, what has been the difference there?
The skills, like balls going to hand, retaining ball. We had a few skill errors in the first half, and through both halves now again we've had ball stripped, which isn't like us. Set piece maybe not functioning towards like the back end of this half either. We're just struggling to keep ball, I think. Like hats off, we're going through phases, we're defending really well, but eventually a team like Sarries are going to find a way through.
And for the mindset of the players now, Sarah, is the first step in all this to think, well, let's try and get 2 tries and get a bonus point there. Is that what they'll be looking to do now?
I'd imagine so, yeah. Right now it's about points difference, it's about bonus points. Right, what have we got to do to get another 2 tries, more points, more bonuses, because the table is so tight at the top, and actually games like this matter so much.
Saracens are going to be sending a signal to the rest of the league with this one. And they're still in the mood. Gondway at the back. Taste for the try line now for the prop. Peeling away goes Vivas. And Blacklock. Bridger. Doesn't get to her though. Quins with a penalty.
Claudia over ball there so quickly, getting the ball back when we need it most.
Kick to touch, doesn't find it. Saracens with ball in play again. Galligan just hasn't stopped running. Campbell likewise. Open side, she has so much more space to run onto the ball than from hooker. Been a big carrier for Saracens again today. Galligan, nice hands there as Lottie Sharp moves into frame. Galligan again. Lottie Sharp on 2 tries here. Might have had a hat-trick, almost scored on the try which Sophie Bridger in the end ran through. Georgia Evans in the centre of the pitch, central to everything today from Sarries. Campbell take it on from Cleal. Whipped away again. These are lovely skills from Saracens. Blacklock, former Quins player, taking that last ball on. Cleal is having to reach for that. Bridger. Gondway. Up to the 22. Evans. Being wrestled to the floor. Poppy Cleal. Big pump of the ball before ducking her head down. Galligan, good draw and give onto Bridger. Tackle was from Pena.
Got to credit these Quins girls, they're playing in such a defensive shift. They haven't been able to break the 22 and we've been rewarded by a turnover. That was a really, really good shift from them.
One of the sets which Saracens have looked the least incisive in, thanks to the quality of the defence. They were knocking them back on the game line.
Yeah, Saracens forwards putting in a shift. Rosie Gallagher and Georgia Evans both putting in a lot of work, getting hands on ball, just going back and forth. But credit, Quinn's defensive set there was really good.
Sylvia Tirani's afternoon has come to an end. Good player, Tirani. He's going to be in contention, you would have thought, for the Italian team for the Six Nations later this year.
Yeah, 100%. She's been playing some unreal rugby this season. She'll be an absolute... I would be surprised if she wasn't one of the first names on that Italian team sheet. We've got Bryony come on the pitch now, facing her old team. I think she'll bring an absolute nos round the breakdown and be a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah, I think we can guarantee that, can't we?
Yeah. I'm excited to see what young Ella can bring here. She's such an exciting young talent. I'm excited just to see her tear up and do her thing, you know.
So Cromack slipping into the 10 role. And she'll be on defensive duty to begin with. Maya Mueller trying to hassle the Saracens back line.
That seemed quite brutal. She was trying to get out of the ruck there. I know I'm biased, but...
Ellie Kildun has kept this in, and she's going to break free as well. Kildun in free green space, really for the first time in the afternoon. Save for her try. Advantage, yellow cards against Saracens here. So all of a sudden, Quinn sparking into life again.
These are the moments we need if we can get more points on the board. Just give us a little bit more life and a little bit more positive attitude going into the next week.
Ball is still in play though. Sharp. Oh, she's hit back well. Lined up and given the treatment.
No one's
Lottie
going
Sharp.
into Tyler's channel. Unreal.
So Saracens playing with 14 now for the rest of the remaining minutes and seconds. And they're going to be sending themselves home feeling pretty good about themselves. 33-10 after their loss at home to Quins earlier in the season. Take it the back. Quins, as ever, looking to finish with the final say on things.
There you go, Bryony getting herself into some mischief there. I thought she'd got that clean. I'd like to see it back, but fair play.
So this is Cromack's first kick of the match into the 22. Yeah, up to all sorts of tricks there.
Classic Bryony.
And the Swords gets ready. Comes on with Maddie Page as well. Big moment for young Maddie Page. She's in the England under-20 squad and she's making her PWR debut as well.
Yeah, what an exciting opportunity. Got the young guns coming through. London derby, at home at the Stoop. Just go and enjoy it, girl.
Quinn's got awry though from this line out, and Saracens saunter into contact once more. Come back for a knock-on from Quins, because the knock-on on the floor from Saracens is Sharifa Kasolo.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Our line out at the start of the game was firing, I don't quite know what's not clicking now, but that's a few line-outs in crucial moments in crucial areas of the pitch that we've lost and turned over.
So it's going to be a loss, of course, Sarah. As a rugby player, as a professional rugby player, can you still enjoy a loss? Are you allowed to, if you've enjoyed the game for what it was, for moments that happened, for maybe a break you made or a tackle you made, are you permitted to feel like you've enjoyed a match after a loss? Or does that not really come into the conversation?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm quite a team first player, so if we lose, I feel it. Some players do, if they've had a good game or scored a bunch of tries, can still walk away with their heads high, but I think a lot of us on that pitch will be feeling it, especially off the run of games we've had. We've had some really good momentum, and we know that these next 4 games are crucial. I think we'll take it quite hard, but that's only because we're competitive. We've got to where we are through that belief. So, yeah, I think some of the goals, it's a tricky one. I think it's very individual.
Yeah, okay. Want to ask everyone individually, different responses. So, amongst the last throws of the dice for Quins and Saracens in this London derby. Saracens taking it all the way back to North London, and one of their key players on the ball right now. All afternoon, Georgia Evans has been terrific. This is pumped deep downfield, isn't it? What a kick that is.
I just want to appreciate that intent. Maddie got off that scrum and just tackled Georgia Evans to the floor. There was a little bit of dog in that, and I liked it.
So Quins' great run, 10 wins in a row, something they hadn't achieved since 2019, the last time they had that many wins in a season, comes to an end here against old friends and foes in Saracens.
Look, it's also not the worst thing. Ultimately, we want to make these kind of learnings and these sorts of matches now, so that hopefully we get into the semis, we get to the finals, we'll learn more from this than a win. So, like, it's not the end of the road. We've got fix-ups, and actually we can take a lot from it still.
Exeter Chiefs next Sunday for Harlequins fans. Bristol at home after that, and Gloucester Hartpury away to round off the season. Or at least the regular season, of course. Top 4 ambitions, and most likely semi-finals, and fingers crossed finals as well after that to come. Alicia Corrigan's day is finished. A good performance again from the Canadian. So consistent, and the physicality she brings, it sort of hides how fast she is as well. Can really motor. So Emma Swords with the ball for Quins. No bonus point up for grabs with only 2 tries so far. So this is all about giving the fans and themselves something to go home with thinking about. And you mentioned going into next week. Does it really help that if you've got the last 10 minutes and they were solid and you sorted that out, that really does help you next week, even if the overall match is a loss?
Yeah, 100%. It just gives you that little bit of focus. Yeah, despite X, Y and Z, look, we put together a solid 10 minutes at the end of the game despite what had come before. So it does definitely help in binge your sort of training for the week. I'd imagine we'll go into Monday, look at what we've done this game, break down the game, attack, defence, do our analysis, and we'll just hit the ground running again.
Harlequin scrum is good. Swords gets the ball away. Here's Cromack. Kildun comes into play again. She has Neumann outside. A lovely pass from Kildun. Lisa Neumann taking on Sharp. getting up and going again. Swords and Cromack, good line. Evans was there in defence. Cromack with plenty of jerseys in front of her. She looks for Carish Phillips to take it on. Slip pass close to the line. Nicely done from Cromack. She'll want this phase of play to just keep going and going, and for Quins to work their way towards the line. Pass does end up in Quins' hands. Down the blind side they keep searching. Tyler Shirley with that last carry. Been effective since he's come off the bench. Cromack, nice problem for Saracens to think about, but they've won it back off that. And from here, this is going to be put into touch. The Quins' winning streak comes to an end. It'll stop at 10 wins. Number 11 just out of reach for them. Saracens have been too good today, and they've come down to southwest London, and they are taking things back to the StoneX. It gives their top 4 chances a massive boost. Quins in seconds in the league, but second best today against Saracens. And Sarah, for Quins, in summary, for that match, it came down to multiple factors. But if you can put a few at the top for us, what really won the day for Sarries?
Oh, I think just their intent and physicality. Sarries just kept running hard, and they played in the right areas ultimately. Their boot was pretty good. They pinned us in R22, and actually, eventually, they're going to break through.
And for Quins today, looking at the individual side of things, performances that impressed you, who stood out?
Sarah Parry, unbelievable. Young gun in the centres, but actually she carried so hard. Broke gain line, broke tackles. For me, she was standout. Beth again on the wing, we mentioned her, and to be fair, Lisa again, like, running hard into contact, and like the forward pack as a whole, like, put in a shift. That defensive set, there's multiple defensive sets on our line that they just held out and then went into a maul set and defended them as well. So there is still positives to take from it. Got a few learnings to make, and we kind of dust ourselves off for next week.
Okay, let's take a look then from minute 1 to the end, how things played out. This was the opener from Lottie Sharp after that wonderful pass from Amelia McDougall.
Yeah, well worked, team try, stretching our defence, and then ultimately finding that hole in the end.
And the second try was still to find the scorer of it.
The scorer, yeah. My money's on Brownie Field, but I could be wrong. But again, their patience, they find that back edge, get the momentum, drive it over the line.
And the try of the day, very possibly. This was wonderful stuff.
Yeah, the way that Kay gives that ball, passes it back to EK, the vision for the crossfield, the work rate from Beth, so good, gets her hands free, as does Claudia, as she's rotating down, sees EK on the wing, dots it down.
Quins needed to start the second half quickly, and in fact the opposite in the end. Saracens were right on the money from early on.
Yeah, that inside ball, they split the seam, attack it, really well worked. That's straight off the training ground. Clearly something that they've identified in their analysis and review, and they've worked it really well.
Yeah, contender for try of the match, certainly. Corrigan starting it with this run after the chip through from Hardy.
Yeah, Emma Hardy impressed me today. Used to play over at Loughborough Lightning back in the day as a young gun, and she's really kind of coming into her own at Saracens, which is good to see.
This is where Lottie Sharp might have had a hat-trick score. It's a good tackle at fullback though, isn't it?
Good tackle, however, that ability to pop the ball away and keep the game running, Lottie's had a really good game today.
And Sophie Bridger, the player who crossed in the end after that length of the field effort. So Neumann it was who set this up, and then on for Abby Fleming to finish off the lock forward. And it's good to see a lock forward on the score sheet, Sarah. I'm sure you would agree.
100%.
Is that the kind of typical range for a lock forward, that?
Yeah, it's not very often we see lock scoring tries. It's typical range, but look, we've got to take it. It's a reward for all the hard work that we do.
I don't think lock forwards can be rewarded enough, to be honest. You get through the majority of the work in the pack. Good try in the end. Finished off by Akina Gondwe, the loose head prop for Saracens. The final score from the Twickenham Stoop sees Saracens come down to southwest London and take the spoils. 33 points to 10 against Harlequins Women. It's been impressive from Saracens and Quins, not without their moments, but across the 80, second best to Saracens tonight. Well, my thanks to you at home watching and joining our stream, and to Sarah Bonnet, next to me, Scottish international Harlequin as well. It's been great to have your company, Sarah, and we've enjoyed your comments and your thoughts today. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.